Good morning. Happy Saturday, family. Today is February 27th, and this is our third episode of Fancy Thoughts. Once again, Fancy Thoughts are thoughts to foster achievement, never compromising you. Fancy. And the goal of these is to help to inspire you, empower you, uplift you, encourage you, so that you can live the life that you were created for, so that you could be who you were destined and designed to be. And so that we can dispel some of the myths and demystify some things so that we can recognize the things you probably already know are the very things you need to succeed. We just need to tweak them a little bit. For those of you who are new to joining us, my name is Francesca Hampton, and I am the creator and founder of Live Fancy Life. Live Fancy, fostering achievement, never compromising you life. That business will be launching later this year with more things to offer you. If you want to work with me on a more personal level, if you want to work with me or see more personalized videos and webinars and all different types of things, plus a book is coming. So it's a little bit of a spoiler alert, but it's coming, and I encourage you to look out for it. But until then, we join together each week on Saturday or Sunday with a fancy thought or two. So this week's fostering achievement and never compromising youth thoughts and insights are, number one. And this one I thought was really awesome. And the thoughts that I'm sharing with you I'm not taking credit for them. I've either heard them or received them in prayer or heard them and talked about them in conversation. And I'm bringing them to you with my own interpretation or breakout of it so that it can help to encourage you. And so I heard in leadership training recently, and I believe it applies to us as we foster achievement and never compromise, that we grow based on the way we respond to people and challenges, and through expanding our leadership capacity one step at a time. How does that apply here? As we are determining and growing in what our purpose is and who we are and wanting to strive to do better and be the best, as they say, the best version of ourselves, some of the things we need to know is that the challenges that we face and the people that we encounter are actually, or can be, if used properly, they can be used to help us to grow and to mature. And we can expand our capacity one step at a time. I thought that was really important because a lot of times, depending on whatever it is, whether it's leadership, motherhood, spousalhood, wife or husband, parenthood, motherhood or fatherhood, or whether you're growing a business or you're studying or whatever it is, a lot of times we want to just shoot straight forward. Okay, I know better, so by next month I should be doing X 5 things better than I was doing the last month. And that's a great goal, but it's one step at a time. And we talked about this even last week about celebrating the successes. Sometimes we can get so overwhelmed with all of the different things that we're trying to accomplish that we put so much pressure on ourselves. It's one step at a time. We get one day at a time. God didn't give us a week in 7 hours. He didn't give us, 2 days in 24 hours. He gave us 24 hours for one day, which means we can do enough for one day each day. So I hope that encourages you and reminds you that you can do this one step at a time, and that allow the people and the experiences and even the challenges that you face to help to mature you, learn from them, grow from them. Don't dismiss them even when they're challenging or even undesirable. All right, the next one. We mature as leaders by clarifying our purpose and feeding our passion and refreshing our mindset. And I think this is so important and applies to us being fancy because we need to clarify our purpose. What are we doing? Why am I here with you? Because I'm determined that there are some things on the inside of you that if they were unlocked, you would fulfill your greatest potential. And so if I can be a part of that, then I'm in covenant with you to do that. I want to be a part of that with you. So by defining my purpose or clarifying my purpose, I know every Saturday when I wake up, it doesn't matter how tired I am. It doesn't matter what other things I need to do. I need to be here because I'm determined to at least provide you with some additional insight that might help you. And then feeding that passion. How do I feed it? Because I'm listening to encouraging things myself, right? I'm not a guru. I'm not, I don't know it all. And so I'm constantly growing. And then I'm sharing that with you and refreshing my mindset, changing the way I think about some things, right? A lot of times we carry old mentalities and old trains of thought into new opportunities. And we miss out on things that are in that opportunity because we're looking at it through the lens of our past. And we talked about that a little bit last week as well. All right, let's keep going. Our next fancy thought, fostering achievement, never compromising you. I'm never going to stop telling you that. Is the scripture, iron sharpens iron. We've heard that. And so it was actually in one of the devotionals from YouVersion this week. But what I liked about it was that we need each other, number one. It's a reminder. We need each other to grow, to learn, and to mature. I can't do this without you. I can't do this without, knowing that there's somebody on the other side of the screen, whether I see them or not. And I can't do this without the people who are pouring into me on a consistent basis. We need each other. No man is an island, right? And we grow by having the right people around us and learning from the situations where we're around potentially the wrong people. We need each other. But the other thing that I thought was amazing, as was described in this devotional, is that iron sharpens iron. So in other words, in order to be sharpened, there will be uncomfortable moments. The person in the devotional said, when your iron is sharpening iron, there's sparks. You think about that, right? That means that as we're being sharpened, as we're encouraging one another, as we're helping each other to grow, there's going to be some uncomfortable moments. There's going to be some uncomfortable conversations. There's going to be some pruning that needs to happen. There's going to be some changes that need to happen, right? There's going to be some sharpening, but it means that there's some stripping off, some getting rid of dead things and weight and residue that needs to happen, right? But just as much as there's some of that sharpening, there's a growing, just as much as they're stripping off, there's a sharpening in there, right? And there's a growing. So just as necessary as this sharpening, the uncomfortability, those things are just as necessary as encouragement, support, and cheerleading. They go hand in hand. You never want a person that's in your life that only tells you good things about yourself. Because, honey, we all have things we need to work on. You want somebody that's honest with you and loves you enough to tell you the truth, to support you in the areas where you excel, and to help you grow in the areas that are still being perfected. And finally, our last fancy thought, be okay with not only with making mistakes, but with sharing them with others, because people need to know that you're not perfect. I have determined when I do these videos, I'm not going to redo them every time I make a mistake. Why? I'm not perfect. And I'm not striving to be perfect. I'm striving to be authentic and real. Yes, my video may be more than 5 minutes. Yes, some people might turn it off and I could have shrunk it down. Yes, I probably said the wrong word and, used the wrong analogy or got my words mixed up. But you know what? It's okay, because the intent and the heart of this matter is just as important. And that may seem like something on a small scale, but I want to tell you, we're all going to make mistakes. If we were perfect, we would never really understand the value of learning from our mistakes. The other thing is that other people are dealing with different things. And when they recognize that the person that they look up to, admire, or just are inspired by makes mistakes and recovers from them and is not afraid to admit them, it encourages them. Like, you know what? Yeah, I messed up. Whether it be at work, whether it be in your relationship or your friendships, whether it be in your own personal venture, when you make a mistake, let's not beat ourselves up for it. Let's recognize it, acknowledge it, and then figure out how we can fix it, and then be unafraid or unashamed of it. Nobody's looking at you as much as you think that they are. No one who cares about you is looking at you like you messed up again, like you haven't reached Christ-like perfection, right? We're in this thing together. And as we grow, we're going to make mistakes. But you know what? We're going to come out on top. We're going to learn from them. We're going to grow from them. And we're going to keep going forward. So this week, I hope that you're able to take, or this upcoming week, I hope you're able to take at least one of these fancy thoughts. And throughout this week, I hope you're able to foster achievement and never compromise you. Thank you so much for joining me each week. I'm encouraged by your comments, so please keep them coming. Feel free to share, to like, to subscribe. All of these are posted on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. So keep looking out for them. And again, Remember, you are well able, fully capable, and properly equipped to accomplish all that you need to. So make today a great day.